What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Second Mass Cruisers Bass Pro Shop Cruise Night tonight. I'm not going to talk about the Ford GT behind me because you've heard me talk about it a million times, but I figured what a better backdrop than my favorite car of all time. A lot of really cool stuff up here tonight. We're going to go around and shoot as much as we can. I'm also going to try to see if I can find some really cool stuff from the year 2000s, because 2000 is a classic car this year, so we're going to see if we can find some stuff from like 98, 99, 2000 that are now officially antiques, and talk about how the hobby's changed and how some of that stuff that may not seem that old is actually antique level cars. Let's talk about this, either 1980 or 81 turbo Trans Am. Interesting cars these cars were. So when these came out, obviously the 6.6 was still available, but they did come out with the 4.9 with the turbo. I like this one just because it's a different color. I haven't seen this in orange before, and with T-tops is pretty cool. Obviously aftermarket wheels, but I wanted to show one really cool feature on this car if you haven't seen one of these before. So, you know, back in the day, Pontiac was pretty famous for what they called their hood tack. In the turbos, you actually had a turbo meter in the hood. So if you can see right through there, that hood scoop, you could actually see the amount of charge you were using or amount of turbo boost that was kicking into the car right through there. And, you know, future state, you'd get into, you know, the head-up displays in the Corvettes, but I think this is a really cool early version of something like that, and a really cool version of this Trans Am. And again, if you see this, it was very different on the hood scoops. On the turbo Trans Am, it was off to the left side of the hood, versus when you go with the V8, it would have the hood scoop right in the middle that would stick out. So kind of a cool version of a car that you don't see all that often in the orange. So very neat. Got a couple of really cool TriFive Chevys here. The sedan is awesome, but what I love is this wagon, right? I'm sorry, the coupe is awesome, but I love is this wagon in this color combination with that copper, with the off-white. This thing just looks awesome in this color combo. You guys know I'm a sucker for a wagon. And just check out, I love the Steelies right here with the big white wall tires. The interior is super cool on this car. You know, obviously the aftermarket gauges that are built into it, but still really the factory dash with the factory AM radio, or an aftermarket version of the factory AM radio. You know, again, you can see that steering wheel significantly smaller than that steering wheel would have been in the mid-50s. You know, again, these cars typically didn't have power steering, so you were using that steering wheel to help you navigate in those tight parking spaces. But I love this color combination. I love the lines on the wagon. Such a cool car. And then I shot this one before. I just like the sleeper vibe on this car and this color. It's a very subdued color, very pretty car. So a couple of really nice TriFive Chevys. All right, let's get a couple of very different older Chevy pickup trucks. This is a very stock, very original Chevy 3100. You can see everything on this, the running boards, the wheels, the small tires, super clean, great color, love the style. But then we get over to this beautiful 49 Custom right here. This truck really stuck out to me when I was looking at it today. I mean, the wheels are awesome on it. You can see the bed, the tonneau cover, everything built in, and that really beige color. So it's kind of a subdued color, but man, it is a pretty truck. This interior is like, you know, a luxury car inside, but the truck itself, just all the lines are perfect on it. The tires look great on it. Under the hood is beautiful. This is just a beautiful example of a custom truck, and it was kind of cool to see it in contrast to that more factory truck in that same era that was right next to it. So very cool. I'm gonna shoot this third gen Camaro 89 IROC, 33,000 original miles, original paint, super different color combination, one you don't see all that often. So black with the red, which again was really rare. You didn't see that color combination hardly at all. Red interior, T-tops. This is the 5.7, so a 33,000 mile original 89, super clean car. Louvers on the back window, which is really sharp on the car, which I love. The car just looks great. I love these IROC wheels. I thought they were some of the best looking wheels. The first car I tried to actually ever finance was a blue 87 IROC, and I told you how much I've liked the IROCs over the years, and this is a great version of this car in this color combination. And again, very unique with that black and red. I'm gonna try to get back to the back and shoot the louvers for you. And you can see the interior, incredibly clean, very original. I love this car very much. It's, again, we're talking about, you know, I have my 88. This was like the direct competition of what we would have been racing back with in the late 80s with the Mustangs and the IROCs. Awesome version of this car. Because we got the music behind us, but a beautiful 81 Z28, gorgeous under the hood. I love the wheels, but the paint and the color on this is what stands out. Plus the T-top car, super sharp. Love the interior, but again, the T-tops make this car that rear spoiler, the Z28. And again, some aftermarket gauges, but factory Z28 wheel. That wheel wouldn't change for a while too. You'd see that wheel right through the next generation at the very beginning of it. But what a pretty version of that car. And again, the colors are awesome. Wheels look great. Under the hood is really sharp, but a beautiful version of an 81 Z28. So we're gonna shoot this beautiful 2014 supercharged Mustang 5.0 Coyote. Now, I'm not gonna mention his name, but I will tell you this is a friend of ours. He had the 91 white Fox body convertible last year, upgraded to the 2014. Now, in the comments, would you rather have a Fox body 91 convertible automatic or this gorgeous blue, you know, Coyote 5.0 with the supercharger and the manual transmission pushing around 600 horsepower? I know there's a lot of purists that would love the Fox. This car is beautiful. When him and I talked, I think it's a stunning version of this car. Beautiful car. We also have this 96 GT. This is a friend of ours who runs the La Select Cruise Night and the car show. He picked this car for not a lot of money. He's had it for a couple of years. This car is super nice. Like, this is the first year of the 4.6, and I do like the color combination, that dark green with the tan and leather interior and a manual. This is a pretty cool version of this car. So, like I said, if you were my friend, would you have kept your Fox body with super low miles, like 34,000 original miles in the convertible automatic, or would you upgrade to this beautiful 2014 5.0 6-speed manual supercharged BMW 2? I got a chance to talk to the owner. 2009, set up as a drag car, turbo, 750 horsepower, drag slicks on the back, ridiculous monster exhaust on the back of this car. This car was pretty neat. I saw the transmission setup, so that automatic sequential transmission for drag racing. Very cool looking car, and under the hood on this thing looks absolutely awesome. So very cool. It's a pretty neat car. Cool 49 truck. This truck is super customized. We know the owner. He made that beautiful 62 silver truck we saw last year at Medfield on the Charles. Beautiful truck. This one has a 30s grill, 468 motor. This is his truck, right? So this has been built for him, turbo 400, 50s Chevy interior, beautiful bed here. I love the wheels. Like, everything on this just flows right together. I like the matte finish on the paint. And also, he does custom truck building or car building. So if you're looking for somebody to do a custom truck or car, this is the number here. Please reach out. You can see the beautiful work that he does. Absolutely stunning car. The coolest version of the SN95 Mustangs, the Terminator Cobra, 390 horse, independent rear suspension. But this one's super special because this is the Mistachrome. I think this is the coolest color. If you can see, I'm going to try to go around the car and shoot it, but you can see the color changes as it goes along. They made a couple of different versions of Mistachrome Cobras. This one I thought was the best looking. Obviously the Terminator with the supercharger and the matching Mistacolor chrome seats is awesome on this car. So this is the best version of the SN95. And again, I think if you're going to get a Cobra, this is the one you'd want because of the color. What was kind of cool on this is somebody actually had a new Ford GT, so 2017 and newer, built using Mistachomes, one off, one only. They paid an extra $200,000 to Ford, and they signed an agreement that Ford would never make another one. So there is one new version of the Ford GT in Mistachrome, but this is the coolest version of the Terminator in my opinion, and the coolest version of the SN95 Mustangs, other than the 2000 Cobra R. So we're gonna shoot this beautiful 93 Teal Cobra. Supercharged. I'd love to see under the hood, see what he has for power. These cars could put out a ton of power. Just like I shared that Terminator Cobra and the Mistachrome, this to me is the coolest version of the Fox body Mustang. The last year, teal, gray leather interior, manual transmission, 4-wheel disc brakes, Cobra wheels, which came off the Thunderbird Turbo or Super Coupe. Just a really cool version of this car. And I think, again, if you're looking for a version of this, the teal in 93 is the coolest version. So we had the best version of the SN95. We've got the best version, in my opinion, of the Fox. Shoot this car here. I was just talking to the owner. This is a Tribute, but it's a 71 GSX. 455 convertible. They did actually make in 70, 160 Apollo white convertibles, but this is everything's on the right version of this. So you don't see the Apollo whites very often. I like the Apollo white. You usually see the Saturn yellow, but I'm a big fan of the GSXs. I'm not going to go super deep into it. I've talked about it a million times. You know, the highest torque motor they made in the 60s and 70s. This was a 455, over 500 foot-pounds of torque, the most torquey motor you could get from Detroit back in this time. But I love the Apollo white. I love the wheels. Everything is right on this. Even as a Tribute, I like the spoiler. It has the right, you know, the right exhaust on it. Just a very cool version of this car, and a beautiful. I mean, again, you couldn't really get a convertible. They only made 160, so to have this Tribute looks awesome on it. super cool car. Guys, we're gonna call it a night. A lot of cool stuff up here tonight. Was able to shoot some stuff. I was not able to find a lot of the stuff from like 99, 2000. I will do that later on. We'll dive into some of the Z06s, some of the Mustang Cobras, things from that generation. But another great night up here. They always have a great cruise night up here. You know, it cooled down quite a bit as the show went along. Started out pretty warm and it's got a little chilly. We've seen a lot of people kind of leave a little early. But this is a great cause. They always donate money to the food pantries. They're gathering tools for the local schools. So if you get a chance to come up, the next show will be in 2 weeks. So it'll be the 15th, so try to come up if you can. But just an awesome group of folks. So always good to see you. If I haven't seen you, or if you come up here and you want me to shoot your car, please grab me. Love to share your story around your car. Always cool stuff up here. If you haven't done it so far, please hit the subscribe button and we'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks, guys.